Well, England has a new king, Charles III. And he had some little gaffes in his signings. We're just going to look at that. We're not going to go through the whole speech. These people have been making speeches their whole lives. They're experts at making speeches. There's no there.
Tituled An Act for Securing the Protestant Religion and Presbyterian Church Government, and by the acts passed in the Parliament of both kingdoms for union of the two kingdoms, together with the government, worship, discipline, rights and privileges of the Church of Scotland. So help me God.
I now invite Your Majesty to subscribe both copies of the instrument, confirming the oath has been taken.
So he seems kind of lost. He apparently can't get the document to move in a way that's comfortable for him to begin with. He then moves on to the inkwells that he fumbles with and drops, and the pen. This will add to the mental aggravation. And you see that he didn't really know what to do with the pinhead. He goes one way, and it's like, oh no, I can't put it over there. It's going to get in my way. Let me put it in the other spot. His mind is kind of lost. And as my husband said, he seems to be the Joe Biden of the United Kingdom.
God bless you all.
Noting that the king is...
And again, we get to the frustration part. He's taking it out on the other person. It's his foobar. He couldn't figure out what to do with the inkwell. He's fumbling with the paper. And now he's got pens. He doesn't know what to do with them.
is signing Charles Rex, Charles R.
And that again, that will add to the frustration. He wants this to be perfect. You cannot be shown to be a fumbling idiot. And here he is, he's fighting with paper, he's fighting with the inkwells, he's fighting with the pens, he's got somebody that he's trying to push the blame on, that it's their fault, the pens are all there. And then as he gets up and goes away, the lid is crashing. So his own lack of the ability to problem solve is adding to his frustration. And he's taking it out on the plebs.
I now invite the witnesses to His Majesty's oath to sign both copies of the instrument.
Now William gets there. It's a little awkward for him too, but he deals with it. Very calm, not taking it out on anyone. He problem solves on what to do with the pens.
And for the first time, the Prince of Wales signing.
And because he's not flustered and aggravated, he leaves the pen there for his stepmother. Because an aggravated, frustrated mind doesn't think. William doesn't have that mindset. So he thinks of the person that's next, which is Camilla.
William P for Princeps, which is the Latin for prince.
So she follows William's lead. Apparently nobody wants to move these inkwells. I don't know if they're like super full and they'll spill, or they don't want to ruin the document. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense on why you wouldn't at least put them in the middle. I don't know. Seems kind of silly. Anyway, she follows William's lead, signs the way he did as far as, going over the inkwells. And again, her frustrated mind, she doesn't have one. She leaves the pen there with the other pens for I'm assuming, the next signing.
I now invite Your Majesty to sign both proclamations.
Now here we go for the second signing. And he's already looking to the person that he wants something gone from. A little bit calmer, away. And obviously it's a little bit easier too because these papers are normal size.
And that, Your Majesty, concludes today's business for the Council.
So you see a grimace on his face, and then he turns away quickly to exit. And he does make himself small as he walks off.
With bows from all the Privy Council, the King, the Prince of Wales, and the Queen Consort leave.
Now here's another one. Jesus, man. So anyways, he's going in to sign another one. I'm not quite sure what this one is about, but it doesn't really matter. We're just looking at his frustrations.
I just had to put, is it September the 12th?
13th, sir.
Oh, God, I'm the wrong date. 13?
Yes, sir.
You signed the 12th earlier.
Where did I put the 12th? I signed the 10th. Oh, God, I hate this.
Oh, look, it's going everywhere. Hang on.
So he signed it wrong. Now we've added to the frustration just on having the wrong date. And now the pen is leaking, probably because he was already frustrated that he put the wrong date down. And so not paying attention to however this pen works, he's made it worse because of his aggravation, which is shutting his mind down. And Camilla is making excuses for him as well. She's the enabler. Oh yes, it's going everywhere. To help him feel like this whole fiasco, it's not your fault. It's the pen. The pen wrote the 12th, not 13th. Bad pen. And then more aggravation. And then blaming it on the pen. Just like before, we see him blaming it on the poor guy that went and got the pens. To me, this is a pattern that'll pretty much tell you how the reign is going to be.
If you like it, please share and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
To be notified of all videos that get released, because not all of them can be posted here, in the description is a link to our Telegram channel, and if you subscribe, you'll be notified of every single video, and we don't spam it with anything else other than video releases.